Hi Taurus, welcome back. So Taurus, this is going to be a reading for the month of October. It may not resonate with all of you, but if it does resonate, please do like, share, and subscribe. Check out my social media account links below, as well as my merchandise, new hoodies out for each zodiac sign. So Taurus, your hoodie, you can get it in any type of color. We'll have your tarot card printed on the back of it. And so check those out. Those are pretty neat. Anyways, 11th house here, Taurus. That's the overall energy for this time period that speaks about the edge, right? So it talks about a little bit of a rebellious nature to you, Taurus, during this time period. It also talks about experimentation and future type of oriented energy, thinking about the future. It's also a very humanity type of vibe. You think about like the 11th zodiac sign, which is like Aquarius energy. So all about independence, freedom, fighting for others' rights, things like that. Taurus, especially if you have Aquarius in your chart, but don't have to. It's a very group-oriented type of energy as well. So tapping into friendships, our social circle, people around us that can provide support will be important during this time period. And why is that? Well, Taurus, you're starting out the month of October in the Three of Swords. Some of you might be a little bit, I don't even want to say a little bit. It's like a type of a stabbed in the heart type of energy here. You might have been going through some heartache internally that you haven't been sharing with the world. I feel like the reason why I say you haven't been sharing it is because if anybody peeked in at your life and maybe they didn't truly know you or they weren't part of your inner circle, I think that they're seeing you as 10 of Cups, Ace of Wands, which is someone who's very put together, okay? Might have a lot of things to be grateful for, but underneath the surface, there's still maybe some pain here, emotional heartache. For a few of you, it could have been related to a third-party situation, but not all of you. For others of you, I feel like you may be starting the month with this Three of Swords, but I feel it's more past energy. So the reason I say that is with the 11th house here, it's all about starting up anew, finding hope, renewed hope. And so I feel like, yes, you may have been hurt before, Taurus, but it's now put you in a situation where you do feel grateful for what you have, where you're easily able to see blessings where maybe you didn't want to see blessings, or you now have distanced yourself from people that weren't in your highest good, and now you have people that are contributing to your emotional well-being versus taking away from it. And that's in some way, shape, or form giving you all this renewed energy here. Renewed ideas, renewed hope, like I said, right? To have that again. We go through things in life not so that it can destroy us, but so that we can rebuild from it. Does that make sense? And as I say that, the card that flew out was the Chariot. So I think you're quickly moving past this energy during this time frame, but just like, I almost said hee-haw. What I meant was like pull it back a little bit, right? Because you may jump right into a situation where you overcommit, or right back into feeling emotionally confused. It's like I just came out of this and now I'm back in it, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that, where like you think like you're full speed ahead, but you didn't have all of the information and now you're like, crap, 2 steps backwards, right? It's a caution during this month not to do that. Also not to overcommit yourself. Don't overinvest. You're only one person. You can only do so much at once. And with 7 of Cups here, sometimes that's trying to put ourselves into too many places at once, and that's stealing away from feeling the emotional fulfillment that we could be feeling, right? So for a few of you, to get really specific, there might be some opportunities to travel or vacation with your family And that looks really nice if you are in that group. That's like a side note. So let's see, where does this go? Page of Pentacles here. Those are those nudes. Some of you might get some nudes. I don't know. I do have the 8th house of intimacy here. Anyways, careful with that. What I meant to say was that's that new opportunity, those seeds to be planted, right? Just want to make sure that you're planting them with all of the information, okay? Because justice is here. And sometimes when I see this card, I mean, she's blindfolded, so she's not clearly able to see everything. So I feel like during October, Taurus, there's going to be a lot of situations presented to you where you kind of have to feel the situation out. Like you may feel like you don't have all of the information, or there's some sort of like veil over what you need to know, and you're just kind of like feeling people and situations out. Or that's the advice then, is to not just jump into things, you know, taking everything with a grain of salt, not to do that, to really think it through, to get the information, to make balanced and fair decisions. It'll be really important to be fair, but stern during this time period. The Emperor is here. So that's also, you know, tapping into our wisdom. The Emperor energy, which is your energy during this time period, you know, Taurus, you may have been through a lot. And like I said, I saw heartache here. And I feel like, you know, using that as a means to push you forward, wanting to feel that emotional fulfillment, and it's here for you in October. And then moving forward, maybe you're not even sure where you're headed or where this bus is headed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like, I'll figure it out when I get there. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of energy, like, I don't know what I don't know. And this is really similar to the mid-September reading. So I feel like this is a continuation of that energy. I think that things will balance out here. There's going to be some new opportunities as well to maybe tap into your more creative side during this month. Like I said, get some time with family. It's like being in charge, but not being unempathetic. And I felt that, Taurus, in your last reading. It was like, I'm going to be fair, but I'm not going to be a jerk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or that's the guidance, is to find a good balance there between giving opportunities or chances versus getting taken advantage of. Be more discerning with what you've learned in the past, even if it's in regards to who you trust and who you don't trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep that in mind. There might be some pretty exciting opportunities coming up, though, in October, like I said, for like new discoveries, discovering new places even. Like I said, I saw a possibility of travel here. So I like that for you, Taurus. I think it's a very balanced approach that you'll be taking. You know, it's all about the future. Thinking about the future, planning for the future. All right, but not forgetting the past. Does that make sense? So Taurus, if you were only interested in your energy, what you're going to be dealing with during the month of October, this is where the reading ends. For those of you dealing with a specific person and you would like to know more about what's going on with them, this is where the reading continues. So Taurus, overall energy is the wheel. That's that wheel of karma. So I feel like the person you're dealing with, Taurus, is going through life cycles of their own, you know. Ace of Wands, okay? So you had the Ace of Wands too, but it was a different deck. So I feel like this person is having some sort of revamp or new passions, new creative ideas. There's this paired with the Knave of Swords. So that can be a somewhat of an impulsive behavior, Taurus. So, and it can also be somewhat of an immature behavior at times. So I feel like this person might be someone that gets like really, really fired up, and they get so fired up that they don't like think it all the way through maybe, or think about what they say or how they say it, things like that, you know? Like they just get so passionate that it's just, I don't know. It's a weird energy. I'm going to come back to that one. I don't think I'm describing it adequately. So then they move into the Moon and the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel that this person, it's an interesting mix here of like getting fired up and then wanting to move forward, but then they don't have all of the information. And so because they don't have all of the information, or like it doesn't go exactly how they wanted it to, when it wanted to, then they pull back all of their energy and go into the opposite of wanting to go back into their hermit mode, or like comfort zone, or like they pull back, you know, they're like, I feel like this person, like their personality is like this. It's like all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't see like immediate tangent results in what they put in, then they reel back like a lot, you know? It's like an all or nothing mentality here. And I feel like that's what the cycle is about. Like, they'll start to give their energy to a project, person, you, whatever this is, and put all of their passion into it. And then like the next day they're like, I'm tired. I can't push that forward anymore. You know, it's kind of like an inconsistent vibe here, Taurus, which you're a fixed sign. So that's really, really going to annoy you, because Taurus is, like I said, you're a fixed energy. So like when you set your sights on something, you push it all the way through to the end, you know? And this person may be a little bit like I don't think they're a fixed sign. I don't pick that up, or they're not behaving like one during this time period, okay? Then they go into the King of Pentacles, Two of Wands. I think this person constantly looks to be sought after or advice. Like I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty on this person's side in October, and so they're like, you know, a part of them, I feel like that this is like a personality that prefers to be told what to do versus, you know, having to, you know, figure it out for themselves. Like, cross-watcher's gonna hate me. I feel like Taurus, like, have you ever met like a person? I actually ran into a lady like this the other day, where like as soon as you walk in, like maybe you're walking into a brand new place, neither of you have ever been there before, and you both walk in, and the first thing they do is they look at you and they go, well, where's our table at? And you're thinking, I don't freaking know, I just got here myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, like someone who always asks like obvious or dumb questions, you know, or like they're always like, well, what does that mean? And you're thinking like, I don't know. Or, you know, like, yeah, it's just like, did you just ask that question? Like, I don't know, you know, like wanting you to find things for them or find things out, or like, well, how do we fix this? And that's fine. It's fine to seek other people's opinions, but I feel like Taurus, the reason why I feel as coming up, because it weighs on you, because you're like, figure it out yourself, like the rest of us were walking this earth. Like I feel like this person might be a personality that likes things for other people to kind of do the problem solving or be their guidance for them. And I think there's a part of you that has either allowed that behavior or to some respect or another encouraged it, whether you did that consciously or subconsciously. And now this person's kind of like handicapped by that behavior, where like they cannot make a decision without consulting you, or they won't make a decision without consulting you, or like they won't even try to fix it themselves. They'll just be like, I'll go get my Taurus, they'll fix it. They know how to fix it. And there might have been a point in time, Taurus, where you were like, I will fix it. I blah, 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 you know, but at this point you're like, fix it you damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is such an interesting reading. That's kind of like, you might have been burned in the past by doing that. And now it's got you in this more like, don't get me wrong, I don't think you're being like a jerk about it. I just think that like you've moved past that energy. You're very in a different space now. Because I feel like you're like planting seeds, wanting to move forward. You have creative ideas. I feel like when this person comes around or whatever, it distracts you and it puts you into the Seven of Cups, because you start trying to like maybe fix all of their problems or plug all of their holes. In the meantime, your ship is sinking while you're fixing theirs. You know what I'm saying? And like it disorganizes your energy. And then you have to rebalance out your priorities, rebalance out your day, rebalance out your energy. Something to do with that. So I do feel like towards the end of the month, you'll take more of the Emperor approach, which is like, you know, it's that energy I talked about earlier, where you're going to be fair, but, you know, not taken advantage of. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. Very specific. This reading, you know, I feel like this person does want to have a conversation here, especially towards the end of the month. For a few of you, this person, the Knave of Swords, can represent like a spying type of energy. Maybe looking through your phone or watching your social media or something like that. Because again, I feel like they feel uncertain, and so like, usually people who have that type of mentality, they have trust issues as well, right? Very interesting. For some of you, this person may, like I said, they have their own ideas here that they want to push forward, that they want to put time and energy in, but they want to consult you. That's what I feel. To a lesser degree, that's all it is this person wants your opinion or your thoughts during this time period. You know? Hoping for that emotional satisfaction here. So Taurus, that's where I'm going to leave it. And zodiac signs you might be dealing with during this time frame. Pisces. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Cancer. Libra, Aries, Scorpio. Those are the predominant zodiac signs I have out, and I had the 11th house, 11th zodiac, which was Aquarius here. That could be placements in your chart or the person's chart you're dealing with. Going to be different for all of you. Take it as it resonates. I do wish you the very best either way, Taurus, and until next time, my friends, until we meet again, check out my social media accounts. Wish you the very best, and namaste.